What's up guys, welcome back to another video. The trade yesterday was such a banger. If you guys recall what I told you guys yesterday, after you sweep out the relatively equal lows around that news window, basically the hour leading up to news, an hour after news, which is exactly within this window, fill in the fair value gap. Once you get the CISD confirmation, that is all you need to go to the upside. Unfortunately, I took my profit a little bit too soon, hence why, I missed out on all of this. But still, that is the 6th win out of 6 calls that I've made publicly, especially everything like was documented live on Twitter. So if you want to follow along my live trades, feel free to just follow me on Twitter. Because like, for example, I even got stopped out on the initial position on that liquidity sweep, but then afterwards we redeemed ourselves by getting a solid 2.5R. But otherwise, let's try to replicate the success of yesterday, today. And one thing that I'm going to tell you immediately right off the get-go is that the setup for today is very, very clear. Like, this is one of those A+ days where you have news and the daily time frame, the hourly time frame, and the 5-minute time frame is all aligning with each other. So this is not a day that you are going to want to miss. So start things off. We have a bullish daily bias because we closed bullish yesterday, very convincingly, might I add. Secondly, during the 1 hourly time frame, you have already formed some sort of bullish CISD, right? You're already in bullish order flow. So at any time between now, and the reason why I say now is that I'm recording this video usually like later than what I usually record it. Like, I usually record this video like 3-4 hours in advance, but today, for circumstances, I wasn't able to record it at the usual time. But anyways, we have news at 8:30 a.m. Currently, it's around 7:30. Well, actually, it's almost going to be 8 a.m. So depending on what time you watch this video, like, you're already good enough to go. First of all, this is a hourly fair value gap that you just filled, and so far you haven't had bearish CISD. So the only trigger I think would be a candle close above this level right here at 95k. Once you get that, then at least on a 1 hourly, you are definitely good to go. But even on the 5-minute chart, you're already looking pretty good. All you need is, again, some sort of a candle close. You already got a CISD. So at any point between now and, when you watch this video, as long as you retrace to some sort of PDRA, in this case, this could be one of them, you can literally just place a trade here, place a stop underneath that wick low, and just target highs of the Asia. And that is going to be a solid 3R trade. Basically, today is one of those days where, everything's kind of aligning. You have news, you have time frame alignment, you have, for the most part, almost everything is aligning. I'll be posting the updates on Twitter, so feel free to follow me there if you would like. But otherwise, let's get into Ethereum. So Ethereum is also looking very clear. You had a bullish candle close. Secondly, you have a bullish fair value gap over here, that you were coming back into. I'm so sorry for the sniffling, by the way. Like, definitely not feeling the best, hence why I wasn't able to record the video at the usual time today. Just going back into what we were talking about before, you have filled in a hourly bullish fair value gap. Right now, there is no, you could argue that there's a bearish CISD on the 1 hourly chart, but I wouldn't say so. And in terms of the 5-minute, all you're going to be looking for is that within the next half an hour, you already got CISD, so technically this is already good enough to go in. But when you get CISD, or by the time that you watch this video, as long as you are forming bullish order flow, you feel free to just get into newly formed order blocks and newly formed fair value gaps towards the bullish direction, and you are going to be all set. Now we move on to Solana. Taking a look at the daily chart, exactly like bullish daily bias. On 1 hourly chart, you are definitely having some sort of a bearish CISD, but I don't think that is going to be very long-lived, because right now you're retracing back into some sort of bullish order block. And in terms of 5-minute, do we have CISD? We have an early one. No, actually, we technically have an undeniable one, but I think ideal circumstances would be a candle close on a 5-minute chart above 145. But even then, again, as long as Bitcoin doesn't take a dump, this is already almost good enough to enter. Again, I'll be posting updates on Twitter. And once again, I do apologize for not making this video at the usual time. I know that a lot of you have expectations, and all of you are chilling and paying attention to my YouTube channel on, when I'll post the video. I'll be more on time tomorrow. But for now, I'll see you guys later. Ciao, ciao.